It's FT breaking news. This one is a shocker. Ke'Bryan Hayes moving from the Pittsburgh Pirates to the Cincinnati Reds. I'll read this breaking news tweet from Jeff Passan, who talks about how he's among the best defensive players in baseball and has 5 years of control beyond this season. I'm going to verbally mention, first of all, the return, which is shortstop prospect Sammy Stafura, who looks like he's like a top 10-ish prospect or right around that range. And Taylor Rogers from the Reds. I think some of that has to do with money going back on the Pittsburgh side. Yeah. So there's your return. And Mike Petriello said, the Pittsburgh-Cincinnati trade is so fascinating and sort of hard to wrap your head around. Ke'Bryan Hayes, elite top-end defender, so good. But Cincinnati third baseman has a 68 weighted runs created plus, third weakest. And he's hit worse in each of the last 2 years. It's not a ballpark profile thing. He said, I love a fun, unexpected trade. So that's been a problem spot for them. Although, let me point out, Welby Marte has been on a heater lately. Do they just not like his defense? I mean, he's raking. I mean, I know he missed some time, so he's got 146 plate appearances this year, 829 OPS.
This is confusing to me.
I'm lost. Like, do you want
people are mentioning it? This is confusing today.
Do you want Hayes starting over Marte at third?
I wouldn't.
Okay.
Maybe move Hayes somewhere else. Can they move him somewhere else though? But is he? I mean, you have Elliott short. Do you move Marte somewhere else?
Yeah. So let's go through what their lineup looks like right now on Fangraphs against right-handed pitching. Gavin Lux, left fielder, leading off. Matt McLean, 2. Second
Lux
base.
is your second baseman. Right?
Well, Lux they have in left field
Elliott,
here. Then McLean at second. Elliott short, hitting third. Austin Hayes they have in here as DH, which can rotate around. Right field, Jake Fraley. First base, Spencer Steer. Tyler Stevenson at catcher. They've got Benson here at center field. And then Marte over
McLean?
at third. McLean second base, batting second. But Marte at third base, raking right now. And, I mean, I'm going to go off eye test. He's looked okay there. And defensive metrics, -2 outs above average.
Benjamin said they've been playing him in the outfield recently. Marte.
So they moved Marte to the outfield and they improved the third base defense. Hey, I love a great glove at third. But is he going to hit enough? Will the Reds fix him? And
I don't know.
And did they just tell us, okay, we tried for Geno Suarez, couldn't get him, so we're going with the run prevention over the power bat?
Maybe they didn't have enough to get Suarez.
They have enough. They probably just didn't offer enough, or they lost out the bid to someone else.
5 more years of Ke'Bryan. Clearly, the Pirates.
Where's the Reds' value at? Where's the Reds' value at? On their team. Pitching,
yeah.
You've seen teams say, and historically, Cincinnati is a joke. Maybe the fact that the ball's not traveling as much, but the park, that was historically offensive park. Now you look down, they're pitching, their starters, Emilio Pagan closing. You have Cintilla, just throwing just fuel out of their pen. Maybe they're doubling down and saying, you know what, we're going to pick it. Jose Trevino, I think, is actually catching more than Tyler Stevenson. They extended him. Okay, they're pretty much split skis. But you have, maybe they're just doubling down on that defense. It's an interesting move. Maybe the Phillies offered more for Geno Suarez.
Cintian, by the way, is that who you were talking about for pitching?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. I was mixing the closer for the Cubs and the guy for the Reds, too.
So one Pirates fan chiming in the chat, Matt C., said, Pittsburgh Pirate fan here. If Cincinnati gets Hayes to elevate, he'll be the best third baseman in baseball. Not hyperbole. He just refused to change his swing here. Remember, there's a deep history of contention with Ke'Bryan Hayes and his swing. See if I can pull up this story quick enough to be able to comment on it accurately. But, okay. In 2023, he was secretly working late in the season at a private hitting facility in Pittsburgh with John Nunnally, former big leaguer, and he was the Double-A hitting coach at the time. Hayes was frustrated and said, "It's my career. I got to do what's best for me." And then he actually did hit well to finish the season. That was the only time you really saw some pop from him. They fired Nunnally. Obviously, they were secretly doing this. And now I think he still works with him privately. Now, in fairness, I mean, he hasn't hit since then. The last 2 years have been a disaster. So I don't think any of us know if he's going to be able to turn his bat around. But is that the move that helps the Reds reach the postseason this year?
Maybe. Whew. I don't know if it's the bat, but maybe he makes some plays defensively.
He's making money, too. It's not like you're not spending any money on him. I know Rogers gets flipped, so that probably helps to offset some things. But Hayes signed an 8-year, $70 million extension in 2022 that goes through 2029. He's getting paid. I mean, contract, and we'll find out more about the money breakdown here, but the contract for Hayes, he's getting $7 million this year, $7 million next year, $7 million in 27, $8 million in 28, $8 million in 29. And there's a club option for $12 million in 2030.
Yeah. He's getting paid a lot to not hit. He's got a great agent.
I did not see that one coming.
I would say that's the value. What's one WAR? What's one WAR worth in free agency? $7 million. He's putting that up in defense alone. So good for them.
Yeah, but okay. Right. So but you're just banking on him being, close to a league average bat, right? Which he's done once in his career. That was in 2023 when he finished strong. He was a 103 OPS plus. The other seasons around that, full seasons or full-ish. Well, he hasn't really played anything close to a full season. The fullest was 2022, 136 games played, and he was at a 86 OPS plus the year before that. And then the last 2 seasons, 61 and 59. And that's not a major league hitter. Like, if you get one more year of that, you have a hard time finding a spot. I don't care how good your glove is. You definitely have a hard time finding a spot as a starter. They must see something
they can change. That's the only thing I can say. The Rays have to. The Reds see something that they can change. And everyone keeps saying, in the chat, it's because he wouldn't elevate the ball. Well, maybe the Reds have a way to get him to do it. I don't know. Maybe it's a change of scenery guy. I don't know. Hopefully it works out for both teams.
It's an expensive lottery ticket, though, because let's say this is the real Ke'Bryan Hayes bat. That's not a big league bat. You're on the hook for a lot of money unless there's a ton of money being eaten up on the Pittsburgh Pirates side of this trade. For the Reds are a small market team. $7 million is not nothing. That's not a backup player for them. They don't pay backup players $7 million. So, Kratz, one win WAR, that's what you get? Yeah, but you need the guy to hit a little bit. I mean, he's around 1 this year. He was close to 1 last year in WAR. And the 2 seasons before that, obviously, was much higher because he was closer to league average with his bat. So that's where you're more of a 4-win player. So that's what they're banking on. If you're a 4-win player and you cost $7 million, great.
And maybe he's more valuable to a team that pitches, a team that has to put the ball on the ground, a team that can't rely on the ball in the air. And third base is a valuable position. This is the same organization that we were like, wow, this Reds team, they're primed to go. What's this free agent they're going to get? G-Mark Candelario. They're still paying him right now. It didn't seem like it was a good fit. Maybe this is the Reds being like, no, we see this is a good fit. We're going to definitely get it. G-Mark Candelario is being paid by the Reds in Scranton, playing in AAA for the Yankees.
There's a show that absolutely torched that deal. You're watching it right now.
Yeah.
We all collectively torched that deal. We disagree a lot, but we all torched that deal, right? That was a massive fail. It did not make sense. It did not make sense at the time. 3 years, $45 million. And I don't think any other team was offering close to that. And good for the player. He got his cash, but he's not worth that. And for the Reds to take on that risk, it did not make a lot of sense. This is a small market team. You can't miss on risks like that. So that's my point here. This is a significant risk for them.
It is. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I'm just shocked. I'm shocked. Aren't you shocked?
I said that. I can't believe that this happened.
Now, for the Pirates. Yeah.
I truly believe that a team like the Yankees were going to be able to swallow his lack of offense because of the defense. I thought a team like the Blue Jays, who it's like, man, they need to slug more. They were a team that'd be like, who cares? We knew Andres Gimenez wasn't going to hit that great. We want that defense. We swallowed a lot of that contract. Some teams double, triple, quadruple down on defense. Maybe the Reds are doing that. Maybe Noelvi Marte's, recent surge is going to play him in left field. Maybe don't feel like left field in the small park, Great American Small Park in Cincinnati really needs like a Gold Glove left fielder, but they think they need Gold Glove third baseman with Lodolo running those heaters in on righties. We need guys to make those plays. Abbott's out. Singer.
The Kratz,
dropping some.
You got to hit. Like this team. This team's not good enough to have a player like that. Like you mentioned. Like the
Yankees aren't picking this guy up. The Yankees aren't taking this guy.
No, they made a decision. They said
no. They're not taking. No, I mean the Yankees. No chance.
Well, no, he was saying before the McMahon.
Even before, after next year, they're not taking Ke'Bryan Hayes.
Yeah, McMahon's a much better hitter than Ke'Bryan Hayes.
The Yankees want kids that can hit, man. Pirates won this trade. I don't know what the Reds are doing.
Pirates won this trade. Also, Petriello, who's a StatCast guy, because there's a lot of people like, oh, he's going to change his swing, whatever. And he's like, back injuries make me wonder if changing his path like that is possible. It's a flat swing. We'll see. I mean, sometimes guys can do it, and sometimes they don't.
Sometimes guys don't want to do it.
Right. Sometimes they don't want to do it, or sometimes it just doesn't work for them. Here's Noah Hiles, who's super dialed on the Pirates. He's an everyday guy covering them. He said, source confirms the deal. I'm told the Reds will take on all of the contract. The Taylor Rogers money this season makes the deal financially a wash. This season, Jared Triolo is going to take over at third base for now for the Pirates. But they just dumped the whole contract after this year.
Pirates dump.
The Reds, I don't know what the Reds are doing. The Pirates won this trade.
I think they gave them a lifeline. One of
big contracts.
I thought they were.
Bob Nutting is doing cartwheels down the hallway right now.
Oh, yeah.
Ben Cherington's probably just saved his job.
He might
just
have.
One trade. Serious.
You want to
save them a lot of money.
You want a contract?
Bob Nutting is doing cartwheels down that thing and they have in the outfield out there, the circle thing.
The loop.
All the way down.
All the way down.
He told Ben Cherington, you want a contract? You need to figure out how to find $7 million for the next 5 years, and I'll end up paying you out of that money. And Ben Cherington's like, cha-ching. I'm going to text Ben right now.
Here's the deal. Ben Cherington, I think, is in his 6th season running the team. The 5-year plan has failed so far. Failed. And they did give out some extensions. Some of them have not worked, like this one. So while I'm going to be very critical of where the Pirates are at as an organization, I am going to give them credit on this one. This is not a team that can afford to have a player like that, who also needed a change of scenery very badly. But I'm with AJ here. Huge win for them to dump a player like this. This was not helping them at all. The Pirates need offense badly. They've got some special starting pitchers led by Skeens. Jared Jones should be back next year. Bubba Chandler could be a top-end starter. They also have the top prospect in all of baseball right now in Connor Griffin, according to Baseball America. I mean, he'll take some time, but still, there are some promising parts of this team. Will they spend in free agency is always the question, but this one makes sense.